The City of Niagara Falls and Tennis Canada are honoring the memory of tennis pro and Davis Cup captain Bruno Agostinelli Jr. with a new court here in Chippawa.
Well, Bruno and I actually started playing tennis when we were very young, and we started playing on the outdoor public courts that we had in Niagara Falls. And one of my fondest memories is of my father and I driving Bruno around court to court around Niagara Falls, if indeed the courts were occupied. So one of my earliest memories was actually being on court with Bruno. And from when he was a young age, he really developed his game. He was a strong player. He played at White Oaks. He trained there when he was a young player, and he started having a tremendous amount of success right away. He was a national champion, he was a provincial champion, he placed number 5 in the world at the Orange Bowl Junior competition in Miami, and his success continued from there. He went on to the University of Kentucky, he represented Niagara there, he won OFSA for St. Paul on numerous occasions, St. Paul Catholic High School in Niagara Falls, and he never stopped succeeding. Even after he was done over at the University of Kentucky, he developed his professional games. So he ended up becoming a member of the ATP, and he traveled on the professional circuit before eventually becoming the national coach for Tennis Canada. So he competed at all levels of tennis.
Bruno obviously left a very strong legacy here in Niagara and in the region. What kind of a legacy has he left with Tennis Canada?
He's also left a very strong one for Canadian tennis family and Tennis Canada. He was a Davis Cup player, he was an NCAA All-American. He was a national coach that helped kids. He loved helping kids, and this is such a fitting honor for Bruno and his memory, and his spirit lives on to see this court dedicated to him.
What does it mean to have another piece of Bruno's legacy here in Chippawa?
I think it's wonderful. As we all know, Bruno started his tennis career here in Niagara Falls, so it's only fitting that the place that he started would honor him by providing this lasting memory in his honor.
Frank, being from Niagara Falls yourself, how does it feel coming back today for Bruno's dedication?
Yeah, it's amazing. I haven't been here in a few years, and it's amazing to see how strong the community is, especially the tennis community, friends and family that came together for this event. And it goes to show what kind of a person Bruno really was, and how many lives he's touched, while he was with us, and especially in the tennis community, how much he did. I remember practicing with Bruno when we were just kids, 8 or 9 years old, and training in the early mornings before we kick-started our careers as professionals. So, it's really sad to hear what happened, but at the same time, his memory lives on. And we're going to remember him forever as a Davis Cup captain, and all the players. We talk about him all the time, and we remember him and who he was as a person. And it's he left a really nice image with us.
Andrea, how does it feel to be here today for the dedication of the tennis court for Bruno?
It really means the world to us because Bruno was so influential in Niagara Falls and for Canada as well. And we have a tennis court in Vaughan where he lived, and it's really nice to have a tennis court in Niagara Falls where he grew up as well. So when Alessio grows up, he can choose whichever court he wants to play on, and it will always be Daddy's court.
And how does it feel coming back to Niagara today and coming back to the community?
It's bittersweet because every time I would come to Niagara, it would be with Bruno. And the last time we were here all together, it was when he was inducted into the Sports Hall of Fame here. So it's hard to come back without him. But I'm happy that Alessio gets to see the court, and we're going to go see the wall as well.
It means the world to us, in fact, that everyone is here to support Bruno. Like I said, obviously it's a joyous occasion. We want it to be a celebratory one because we did dedicate the court in Bruno's memory to celebrate his legacy. And we want children to come out here. We want individuals to be here on court, playing and having a good time while remembering Bruno.
With today's dedication ceremony, Bruno's family continues to honor and remember Bruno's legacy, paving the way for future tennis stars here in Niagara. In Chippawa, reporting for The Source, I'm Katie Jones.